Hello.
Welcome in. Oh. Did you hear that? It was like an acid flashback there for a second.
For a moment.
Yeah. It's Angus Macaskill, everybody. It's very exciting. Oh, the flashback went away.
They've eaten all their
Yeah.
snacks.
Can you see that monitor's freaking out? Can you see that?
Yeah, it is.
It's like all grayed out. But I know it's working.
Well, I hope so.
I think it is. No, it totally is. It's
Yeah.
just that the monitor is at any given time, there's something going wrong within the confines of what's going on around here.
It's kind of like life.
I didn't mean to laugh right in the microphone, but absolutely.
Yep.
As you saw, right at the last second, right, like it was literally 7 o'clock, everything was ready, and then that monitor stopped working, and I got it to work.
Good job.
And then now I look over here, and the one that I can see, I can usually monitor how many people are watching and their home addresses, their bank account numbers.
It's always important.
So all the important stuff, and then but that whole screen is like completely grayed out. I can see that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing, but it's weird. There's something weird going on with that one.
Huh.
That might be there might be some sort of government interference, I think. But anyhow, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it very much. I think that it's been a very interesting weekend around here in these parts. There was a big singer-songwriter showcase festival down south there, where a couple of us were lucky to be part of, and there was a bunch of folks. It was very inspiring for myself. I sat there and watched nearly everyone, and found myself quite inspired by the whole thing, and was lucky enough to play on Saturday, and it was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I sent something to you, and you were like, "Gotta work."
Yep, I gotta work.
Right. that's which been there for most of my life, so I appreciate that. I can appreciate that. So, welcome for those of you who've never been here. This is the Songwriters Lounge, and this is a forum where we talk about songwriting. Different people's approaches. It started out as just a simple place to play a song or two for a guy with no place to play, and turned into something that, after meeting so many wonderful people in this community that write songs or talk about songwriting or aspire to write songs, I wanted to just have a place for people to see that it's not some giant mystery and there's no right or wrong way to do it. There's not a standard by which you just figure out how it works for you and you do it.
Just do it.
Just do it. That's exactly right. And that's, well, we haven't known each other that long. I think after the homegrown competition, and you guys played a couple things together, and you and I got to talking one night, and I really appreciated your positive spin on things.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it was like worlds collide.
Yeah.
It was really, really cool, and it all stemmed from the homegrown showcase that where I met this gentleman here.
Blue.
Hi, Blue.
We're pointing at Blue. For those of you who don't know, Blue's over here.
And if you don't know Blue,
You should.
You need to. He's a wonderful individual. So.
All right. So thanks to Blue for being here, and Josette, as always, for helping, and our good friend, the home peanut gallery, Dan.
If you don't know Dan, you need to. This guy is like, number one, great guy. Number two, gives the best hugs this side of the Mississippi.
I'm glad you said hugs.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
No,
I
I'm
just stopped with
genuine.
hugs.
Great hug. Great hugger.
Well, sure.
Yeah.
Right.
Not a bear hug, but a hug.
You frightened me, though.
Yeah,
That's
no,
all I'm saying.
I get you.
Because it could go anywhere with you guys.
Sometimes it does. And that's why we're great friends.
I know.
So quickly.
Oh, I know.
So quickly.
Just got a little scared. That's all. There's a standards thing, and there's.
I read the disclaimer.
All right. Anyways, so far so good. We're doing all right. Like I said, I did appreciate. We talked, and there's a very positive, like just general thing coming from your deal, and it was very enjoyable. And your songwriting, your outlook, your whole vibe, very forward moving, and I dig it. So how old were you when you first started writing songs?
Oh my goodness! So you know, I've obviously watched your show, been a part of it for a wee while now, and so I was trying to think of the questions you're going to ask me, because this isn't, I don't know what you're going to ask me, so, you know, could go off the rails real quick. But, so like, I was trying to think back. So music's always been in me, right? I think it's the reason I was put on this planet was to do music. And I can vividly remember living in a tiny little hamlet. Do you know what a hamlet is?
I don't.
Dan knows what a hamlet is. It's a play but no, that's a hamper. That's just you taking a picture.
That's where you put your dirty clothes.
Yes, right.
No.
So it's a little place. Look it up on a map. It's called Rothy Rothy is still there, and it's a hamlet. So it's less than 100 people. It has a school and post office, and that's about it. And I remember walking across the bridge to my friend's house, Alistair Forsyth, and I was 4 years.
This is all totally made up, right?
Nope.
This is some classic story that I'm just ignorant to, right?
4.5 years old.
Okay.
Right, so we just moved over from South East, and I remember singing a song that was mine made up.
Made up.
From a thing, and
Right
so
on.
that and it was a sunny day, which is rare in Scotland, right? Because it's usually raining.
Because you're all allergic to the sun.
That's right. That's right. So, pasty white until I moved here.
Right.
But no. So I've always had music around. So that's probably when I got into it. Even like before then, I remember my mum playing ABBA on a radio or 8-track or something when we were even younger. So I vividly remember listening to ABBA. And then
So you're always creating some kind of some tune or some song or some ditty
Console.
attracted to a piano if you were in a house or any kind of musical instrument.
It's annoying.
What was the first instrument you ever owned of your own?
So the very first instrument I had was this. I'm not even sure where I got it from. So you know, my mum raised myself and my two brothers. Single mother, worked a couple of jobs. We were poorer than dirt. And like you and I have discussed, the best motivator to not be poor is to be poor. And
Right.
or grow up poor, right? So I had this Casio MT50. It was a little brown thing. There was like, I don't know, maybe 48 keys. So maybe it was an MT48, right? Because the thing, or CT48. And I don't know if I was gifted it, or if I stole it. I think I was given it. And I remember composing my first piece of music on that. I was probably 10 or 11 years old when I put
Words or just music?
Oh, just music.
Yeah.
And it was just like a descending.
But
thing.
but it had parts and it
Oh,
had
yeah.
things and you went from this part to that part and it was repeatable and you.
It was annoying.
Yeah.
So then.
It was annoying to
Oh,
everyone but
hey,
you.
listen to this. And it was all annoying. So then I naturally moved on to drums, right? Because what's more annoying than
Right.
percussion, right?
Then the crappiest synthesizer you could find
It was
is a
horrible.
percussion instrument.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So you started out as a drummer, right? I did as well, and I still play guitar. I say that I play guitar like a percussion instrument, so I can.
Yep.
Every guitar I have has many dings and scratches and scrapes and has worn out spots because I really am not gentle with it. So.
Yep.
So all right. So you do you know did you plan songs or did you just kind of just go I'm not sure and then you figured it out when you sat down?
So again, going back to growing up in abject poverty, couldn't get lessons, didn't do. I mean, I did music in school, so we had a recorder. I think everybody had a recorder, right? I still know that
They made you do that.
Oh yeah.
There. Oh, right on.
It's got Jesus answer God or whatever it is. Hot cross buns. So no, never had a lesson. To this day I do everything by ear. And that annoyed my music teacher. Sorry, Mr. Beatty. And because I literally just I do things by ear. I pick things up, I listen, I watch, and then I just emulate. And
Same.
totally.
Totally.
That's all I know how to do. So I don't. When I play guitar, I play like a drum, right? Because it's
Right.
And I don't use a plectrum or a pick because I don't know how.
Wait, what word did
A
you?
plectrum. A pick is a plectrum in the UK.
Didn't know that. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
A plectrum.
Plectrum. Dan knew that, right?
Did you know? I didn't see.
He keeps his plectrum in his hamper.
You guys are just making up words to make me feel silly.
Google it.
I believe you. I really do.
Okay.
I'm just making a joke of it now. But a plectrum.
A plectrum.
I like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So anyway, so I let's see, I can't remember when I got into guitar, but so drumming, the way I got into drumming was because I'm a people pleaser. I like to please people, even if it, if
Is that what that means?
when it hurts me. But I remember it was like my two friends, Dave and Steve, who are in Scotland. They're probably in their bed right now because it's 1 o'clock. But if you're watching this later, this camera. So they came up to me at recess and said Goose, because my nickname in growing up was Goose. And they were like, hey, will you play drums in the school concert? And I'm like, sure. And it was like, I don't know, a couple of weeks away, and I'd never really played drums. So I sat down and played drums. I did. I mean, I literally just sat down and played drums. So that's what got me into drums. And being a drummer or playing drums when you're like a teenager and you're full of angst, what a great way to expel energy, right?
Without a doubt.
So, and doing it in time gets you invited to play with other musicians.
Right. If you have any sense of rhythm at all, they'll be like, oh.
Yeah. So that's why I got into drumming. But then I always knew that I wanted to do something else. I think I got my first guitar when I was like 15. It was a Hohner. I think I paid £50 for it or £40 for it. And then I think I sold it for about the same like later on. I'm not sure why.
Well,
but
you didn't lose anything on it.
No. Because it probably was only worth £10.
Right on. Well, what song you got for us?
So I'm going to do a couple. So the first one is actually about the place I grew up in. So if you look at a map, Rothy May is here, and then Keith is where my mum moved to in 1983. It was October of 83. And 5 minutes after I moved there, I kind of knew I didn't want to live there for the rest of my life. No offense to the people in Keith. I got a lot of great friends that live there, but I knew there was a big world out there, and I wanted to
see it.
To see it. So this song is called Broken Town, and it's the correlation between growing up in a like a dead end type of place. There's thousands of them in the States, right? And then also the connection to broken hearts, like how you feel in a relationship that's over. So you mentioned that I'm positive, I'm upbeat, and a lot of my songs are about sad type things that happen, and that's a good way for me to stay happy.
Well, you develop the ability to be positive by learning how to cope with the crud.
Correct. So this song's called Broken Town. Growing up in a broken town, nothing to do but sit around, just waiting for something, just something to do, to share in the boredom with somebody new other than you. Friday nights are lonely as hell. Nobody's buying when you've nothing to sell. Just watching the clock get stuck on the wall. Forever's a long time with no one to call. I need you to call. Broken town, like broken hearts. Everyone suffers, and they're falling apart. And everything dies and slides into dark. Broken towns are like broken hearts. growing old, it's easy to see. Years they pass as slow as can be. And looking back at all that we've done will be forgotten and mostly undone. Will be undone. Broken towns like broken hearts. Everyone suffers and they're falling apart. Everything dies and slides into dark. Broken town like broken hearts. Thank you.
Yeah. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That, the imagery, there was a lot of imagery. The conjuring of I could see the video imagery of the slow fade and cut of different things in my head. So that lovely.
Thank you. Thank you. So
You're welcome.
I struggled in school. You know, it's funny. So I just took my I took my 6-year-old for his first day at kindergarten today.
Oh, how did that go?
Well, when I was walking to school, I was like, okay, in 18 years they'll get out of here. I was like, and I'll be really old. But you know, I don't remember my first day at school, but I remember going to school when I was young, and you know, being gifted not just with music but like above average intelligence. It's there's pluses and minuses, right? So. You know, whoever created me had a sense of humor because, you know, talented music, above average intelligence. But let's give him red hair and call him Angus, and you know, put him in Scotland. It'll work out great for everyone. But so I love words. I remember, you know, growing up, like one of the first. I read dictionaries a lot, right? Which sounds stupid, but you know,
Well,
dictionaries are great. Right, so
right, because you're reading a word and you're understanding the definition, and then you can right.
So I started dictionaries, and then my mum had like the Royal Britannica Encyclopedia, so I'd read that, and then we had atlases. My older brother Alan and I would play the Guess Where It's At atlas game, which sounds absolutely mind-boggling boring.
Let's just pause. Remember where you're at in the story. What is the game? Guess Where It's At? I need to know how does that work?
So my mum had this huge like coffee table atlas,
Mm-hmm.
right? So and double page, and it was an atlas of the world, and it had like every place possible. So it's like a Rand McNally but next level.
So he would read a name, and you would have to guess where it's at.
That's exactly it. And we would do we're going to give the handicap, so I can tell he's at left page, right page, and we had to find it. And you had a time limit to find. And we'd randomly find, you know.
Were there other rules, or was it just that simple?
Well, if Alan's watching this, sorry, bruv, he's way smarter than me, right? But I'm cleverer. So, you know, we would randomly pick like a page,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't a card counter, but I knew which part was Russia.
Sure.
When Russia was Russia,
Sure.
Right, and it had like just the smallest nameplate. Like it was wonderful. It was perfect.
Right. You were right.
So it'd be like, okay, I'm going to go through it. You say stop. Oh, it's Russia. Right.
It's one of those things where like you figured something out, and like it's many years later, and, and you just said, okay, well, I'm going to tell you a story. Like, remember where we were in the other story?
Okay.
But my father, late in his life, was ill, and he couldn't leave his house. So I would a couple times he went up. He lived in Michigan, kind of far away, and I would just go sit with him and talk.
Yeah.
You know, we knew that, you know, whatever. You just go sit and you talk, spend the time, whatever you could with my dad. And I remember him telling the story. My dad was a wonderful storyteller, and he was telling these stories about, and he's thinking about his childhood. And he played some game with his sisters where he would throw the ball over the garage, and his sisters were younger, and they would catch the ball, and then they would run one direction or the other around the garage, and they could never figure out how he would always win. And he starts laughing as he's telling the story. He's like, he's 74 years old when he's telling me the story. He's like, to this day, they still don't know that I used to throw the ball over the garage, and then I would just watch through the window which way they would run. And so at his service, I was telling the story, and I asked them, "What do you remember the game that you would play?" And they were like, "Yeah," and they whatever the hell the name of this game that they made up when they were children. And I said, "You know," and they were like, "He always won. We didn't know." And I said, "You know," he told me how he always won, and they start bawling because like, he told me how he won because he was just more clever than you. He just watched through the window, and they're like, silly. Anyways, that's the silly things you do as children with your siblings, right? You're like the silliest stories.
Well, it's because I had to compensate for the fact that my brother's smarter than me, right? So I'll show him. But that's great. But anyway, so I've always loved words. Going in school was hard for me because I was in the top classes. I don't know what it was like in America growing up, but so I was in the top of classes, and I got a lot of pushback from the teachers if I needed help. It was like, "Oh, Angus, you should know the answer to this. You're a smart boy," type of thing. So it didn't help that I was cheeky back, right?
So sure,
in retrospect,
you didn't just take that. Right. You'd have some response for them that was perhaps not in your best interest.
I kept score. I loved correcting my teachers. So I brought it upon myself. But my English teacher, I'll say his name's Dr. Malcolm. He famously told me in the prelims that there was no way I would pass English. I passed English, so I love words. I love alliteration. I love homophones. I love just using words to paint pictures. So that would be a good example.
Well, you brought your own homophones this time.
I've got my own.
Right. Wait, no, those are different.
Different ones, yes. Okay. But they sound the same, which is like, it's like there's two guys sitting on the couch pointing at each other.
The most ridiculous jokes in the world.
The best jokes.
They're the best jokes, the ridiculous ones. Yeah. So I'm sure you said, but I don't remember. What was the title of the first song you played?
It's called Broken Town.
That's right. Okay, so that was wonderful. All right, so we've covered many things already. Mm-hmm. What we haven't covered is the album side of the week.
Oh, let's do it.
And now this week, this past weekend, that event that I described was at Black Dog Vinyl Cafe. And so, as I think I was telling you, I was there all day Saturday and all day Sunday. And so people would play, and every once in a while you just go wander and dig through the records, and I found a record, and and it was I just go buy it so that I'm not walking around with a record and not And then on 3 separate occasions I found records, but I'm usually searching for like. The bargain stuff, like, and the cheaper the better. Like, sure. I'm trying to find something that's just. But this record, in particular, is a game changer for me. Where this camera? So, this
it's got a shimmery shiny.
Right, and I got to try to make it so that the light isn't shining over. But for me, when I was, I think this. Let me look at the year. 82, I'm guessing.
Oh,
80.
Yeah,
80. I was like in 6th grade, and it was like a game changer in the sense that my brother, as I've mentioned many times, managed a record store, and he had quite an awesome record collection. And this was a band that I just liked, and I would always gravitate toward different Queen records of different eras and just play them. But this one came out like when I was paying attention to them, and then it became a giant hit. And there were songs. Another one, Bites the Dust and Crazy Little Thing Called Love, were all over the radio. And shortly after this, my brother got me tickets. This was the first concert I went to. Was the next tour that they came through Chicago was after this record came out, and this was my first concert. Was Queen, and I was like from here to the refrigerator from the stage, and so. Every time, like I had a version of this record and I burned it out. So when I came across this, I happened to actually on Sunday wear my Queen T-shirt, and then I came across this record and I'm like, well, I have to buy it, and I'm ashamed to say that I spent more than $15 on this. wasn't
15,
like,
25.
it wasn't ridiculous, but it was more than I like to spend. But side one, play the game. Dragon Attack. Dragon Attack is, and another one, Bites the Dust, is what made me want to play bass. And that bass is actually my primary instrument. Needed Lovin' Tonight and Crazy Little Thing Called Love. Those songs on that side of that record, I actually was when I started playing bass. I took my brother's bass that only had 3 strings, and I plugged it into a crappy guitar amp, and I just kept playing, attempting to play all those songs, and I didn't, but I tried.
Did you get the look though? The John Deacon.
Well, I mean, there was enough of like, because it was a standard 1-4-5 rockabilly thing on a couple of those things, and then Dragon Attack is something like. I mean, it's hard to play on guitar, but that's, I mean, like my brain even still remembers it. That's 40 effing years ago. Yep. It was definitely, so great record. Any Queen record's a good record, really. Even the bad ones were good ones. So, big fan of that band. So
that was your first concert?
My first concert was Queen, yeah.
That's incredible.
I know, it's a pretty high bar for a first concert.
That was, I think, the first concert I spent more than $150 on a ticket. I saw Queen with Paul Rogers when they first came on their
what year?
That would have been 2000, early, would have been 03, 04, 03, 04?
Yeah.
Maybe 03, 05. So
yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like people, some people don't realize how unbelievably great they were as a like 4-piece, 3-piece band, and sometimes just bass, drums, and guitar, and Freddie singing. The amount of space they filled was stunning. And there's a video or a concert film live in Montreal, I believe, is the title, or something similar to that. But it's literally filmed like 4 or 5 weeks before or after I saw them. So like I just found it maybe 2 years ago, and the flashes of memories that I have of that fateful night, it's like when I found it, I was like, it was the most jarring thing, because it was literally like the staging, the lights, the like all of it. That the set was very similar, like almost wasn't exactly the same, but very close, and I was so shocked at how much my brain remembered once I saw it again, like in front of me. It was, and just anything. And people often talk about the Live Aid 20 minutes that they did. Early in YouTube time world, before it was as big a thing as it is now, I went down a rabbit hole and found that footage like before people were talking about it, because I just liked the band, and I remembered seeing it in real time as a kid, thinking, because really people forgot about Queen when that was a real thing from that movie. Like, I like that band, but they died. Like, they were gone by 1985. People stopped paying attention to them, and they were huge in 1978. I mean, when We Will Rock You was humongous, and then that record was humongous.
Well, Bohemian Rhapsody, I mean, that just
right.
Them. I remember hearing Bohemian Rhapsody for the first time. So Queen's one of huge influence in my life. So hearing Bohemian Rhapsody is on the same level as hearing Stairway to Heaven for the first time. Right, and the 100th time or the 9th time. It's just it's so just incredibly anthemic and very 70s, right? Because it plays for 9, 12, or 20 minutes depending on which version you're playing.
Right.
So
I just I couldn't say enough, and it's stunning. Like I said, that was a game changer for me. And it was funny when I held up the 3 records that I bought this week, and you're like, oh, that one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's funny. So, all right. So, what is your favorite color?
Color?
Mm-hmm.
Orange.
Orange.
Because you can eat it. Right? You can eat blueberries, but there's no berry in blue.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. You have any shows coming up?
I do. Actually, I do. So I am playing on the 30th at Calamity Jane's in Sugar Grove. Sugar Grove. So I'm playing there 7 to 10. And then I am playing with Patrick. I'm doing one of his songwriter rounds. I'm really excited about that. That's on September 5th. 5th is the Friday. And then Saturday, September 13th, I am opening up for a really good friend of mine. Her name is Samantha, Samantha Grimes. So hi, Samantha, if you're watching. She's probably the biggest reason I sent her. She sent me this amazing text yesterday because I touch base with her every couple of days, just saying hey and stuff. And she's such a wonderful motivator. She's an incredible force. She's on the cusp of being found, and everybody listen and hear her, and her music's incredible. So anyway, so I've known her for 5 years, and early on in our relationship, she knew I played guitar. I knew she was a musician. So I was talking about kind of what I was doing. So I once a month I would do an open mic. Shout out to Rick Alaska, because he's been doing an open mic now for about 20 years, and I've been going to it for most of that time. But I would do like an open mic once a month. It would be 3 songs. I'd figure out the cover 5 minutes before I left, and I'd have my stuff there. So Sam really got me in the thinking of write your own stuff. So she really was the genesis, the motivator for me to write my own original stuff. And she kind of said, hey, if I get half an hour's worth of originals, then let her know, and we can play a show together. So so we're playing September 13th. I'm doing an hour set, which would be great, at Nashville North Honky Tonk, which is a fun word to say, in Milwaukee.
Especially the way you say it.
Honky Tonk. So so there's ones right now, and more to come. More to come.
And Nashville North, and that, where is that one?
It's in Milwaukee.
That's Milwaukee. That's what I thought.
Yes, sir.
Because we discussed that before, so I was pretty sure you were playing in Milwaukee. So that's cool. I was trying to figure out if I should even what I should attempt to play, and I'm still not even sure. I think I'll just skip a song today. So
you don't want to do your.
Did you? Well,
Yeah.
all right. So there was something that I was fidgeting with before we got started, just to get a level, and I'll tell the story. It's a song called "Inside World," and I don't play it very much, so I'm destined to stumble through it. But coming up on October 3rd, Blue is organizing a big show at West Chicago Social Club with a bunch of folks. Myself, I put together myself and a few people playing like a full band setting with an old friend of mine playing drums named Dave Nishi, and then Kenny P. Mitchell is going to play guitar, and then a friend of Dave's, Stacy Cummins, is going to play bass. And these are all different people from different periods of time in my life. But Dave Nishi played drums with me on and off a million years ago. And the original, what I call the Purple Swirl record, the MeL Muzic record that I made in 1999, I had this song that is like, it's pretty hard rock. And we used to literally play at some small clubs where it'd be pretty full in the 2000. And I would look out at this point in the song, and the entire bar would like be banging their heads. And I was not a headbanger person of any kind, but it's really fun when everybody in the whole place is doing that simultaneously. And so we'll see. And this is the one song in my life that I wrote the words and had no melody or no song, or it was like just words on a page, and I had no idea. And I've never done that ever. That's the only time in my whole life I did it. So it was pretty much just a poem of some kind, and I had no idea what to write. And then this is so it's like a. I look, I wish, I dream, I drum, I fight, I push, I shove. How can I do just what I love? I can't wait another day. I gotta go and find my way. Wonder what it looks like on the inside world. Wonder what it feels like on the inside world. I scream, I scrum, I dream, I drum. I got my nose pressed on that glass. I gotta get up off my ass. I can't wait another day. I gotta go and find my way. Wonder what it looks like on the inside world. Wonder what it feels like on the inside world. Wonder what it looks like on the inside world. Wonder what it feels like on the inside world, the inside world, the inside world. This is the part where you bang your head. Like on the inside world. Wanna know what it feels like on the inside world, the inside world, the inside world. Distorted guitar and screaming and
I love it.
Lots of distorted by somebody else. So there's a lot of that.
That's amazing. And you did an acoustic.
I did, right? I don't think I've ever even done that before.
Sounded awesome. And I looked out, there was headbanging going on.
I whacked that bill of my head. And, well, yeah, inside world, that's what that was. Oh, okay. Let's see. Dan, you have a question?
Angus?
Yeah.
I got one.
Blue has a question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Ice Age mammal?
What is your favorite Ice Age mammal?
You know
Why
what?
is it the Jefferson Grounds?
Blue is going to want to go on a date with you because he used to ask that to women. There's a disgusting answer that
Yes, no, I was a part of that conversation or the back end of it. You know, there was wonderful animals in Ice Age. Now, I'm going off of my knowledge of Encyclopedia, but then also the Pixar movie. Was it Pixar or was it Disney or DreamWorks? It was DreamWorks, did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has to be the mammoth. I mean, come on. I mean,
how could it not be?
the cat is hairy as woolly as. He's got a New Jersey accent. I mean, it's Ray Romano, everybody.
That's Ray Romano.
Such a good. It's a good question. Thank you.
All right, you got another song?
Yeah. So this one is this is my letter of apology to all of my friends and families and relationships that I've left repeatedly over the years in my pursuit of music. Right. So sounds more serious than it is, but like I mean. As a musician,
but right,
you're like, you know, you're married, you're boyfriend, girlfriend, your girlfriend, whatever, and you're like, hey, dinner's gonna be ready in like 20 minutes. All right, fine. And then like 7 hours later, you're still, you know, in the basement or whatever.
You
you're still playing
from the darkness.
So
right?
yeah. Oh, did I forget it was
I'm
Tuesday?
sorry. Right.
So,
Right.
but there have been times where I've just up and left. So anyway, so this the song's called "Sorry." Kind of going off of like you just said on Inside World that you would look out and people would be headbanging. Like I've always had like one of my checklist items that I'd love, my bucket list for music, is for people to know the words to my song, like chorus wise, and sing along with it. So this would be one of those songs I think would be kind of cool. So if you remember the words, sing along. chance to say goodbye. I had to let you go. I'm sorry. I never ever planned to hurt your heart. I just couldn't let you know. I'm sorry. Because time won't let me show you all the things going on in my mind, and I can't tell you so. Cause words don't come easy to me. I'm chasing my dreams, don't know what it means. I'm sure that it seems that I'm always running away from you. And baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. All the pain and tears I caused, all the things that I said wrong, I'm sorry. I made you feel like you were less. I turned your world into a mess, and I'm sorry. Because time won't let me show you all the things going on in my mind, and I can't tell you so. Cause words don't come easy to me. I'm chasing my dreams, don't know what it means. I'm sure that it seems that I'm always running away from you. And baby, I'm sorry. Baby, I'm sorry. All right, come on, let's do this. Because time won't let me show you all the things going on in my mind, and I can't tell you so. Cause words don't come easy to me. I'm chasing my dreams, don't know what it means. I'm sure that it seems that I'm always running away from you. And baby, I'm sorry. And baby, I'm sorry. And baby, I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yay!
Great singing. Thank you. I love it. You're going to keep that going.
Awesome.
Thanks.
So what you're saying is you're sorry.
I apologize.
No problem.
That's the hardest thing to do.
It is, though.
It really is the hardest thing to do.
It can be.
Because it's admitting wrong or failure or that you've hurt someone, right?
Yeah.
So remember I said I was a people pleaser?
Mm-hmm.
When you're a people pleaser person,
That's an alliteration.
and then it is, especially if you were purple people pleaser. That is, I can't even say it. It's something else. But but like admitting you're wrong and saying sorry, it's the hardest thing. But it's the most rewarding and refreshing thing.
Well, without a doubt, I think that I'm at a point, at this point in my life, I'm trying really hard to, I think I've said it a couple of times today, unlearn things that I've learned improperly, first of all, because I've learned many things, and I don't assume that I know anything anymore. And so, as I'm listening to somebody, I'm trying really hard not to make assumptions that I already know anything, because it's easy to do that, and there's just so many different perspectives that I need to take into account, and I'm trying really hard to not close my. It's easy as you get older. The older you get to assume you've learned this, you know this, you've seen this, and it's close your mind, and I just don't want to be that person. So,
Yep. So something I do because it's it's you're a leader type person, right? You very natural, right? So you naturally lead. So people want to follow you, right? You do that for long enough, but then when you realize you're on the wrong track, then it's like then you feel doubly bad, right? So so something that I've learned to get back to is when I wake up in the morning, open my eyes and poke myself, just make sure I'm actually still alive. But I say to myself every single day, what am I going to learn today, right? And I seek out new knowledge or new things or new people, new relationships, right? And then when I get into bed at night, whatever time that is, I ask myself, what did I learn today? Some days I don't learn anything, or I'm not. So then I'm like, okay, was I too busy? Was I too focused? Was what was happening? Was Malort? It wasn't, because I don't I don't do that anymore for those reasons. But it's a simple, easy thing. It's just as intentional.
Yeah.
Right? So if you're intentional with yourself, and then if you're realistic with yourself, right? So if you say, well, I didn't really learn anything today, or then who's the most influential person? Or positive person. So I send texts to everyone in this room on a every other day basis, because I like to connect with you, because I want to learn something. I want to learn about what's going on in your life. I want to learn how what I'm doing is affecting you, what you're doing is affecting me, and that's refreshing, right? That's a good thing to do. So
well, that's the things that we were talking about earlier. Is that the sense of community recently, and the new people that I've met, and I started to tell you, and then I stopped because I wanted to make sure that I said we should stop talking about this, so we talk about it during the show, because one of the things that happened to me, as I mentioned earlier, and if you're joining us later, a couple of us, Josette and I, were lucky enough to play at this songwriter showcase, and there was a lot of local songwriters that were gathered together this weekend. Down at Black Dog Vinyl, and it was a pretty wonderful event, and I personally was overwhelmed a couple of times, and for myself, because of the journey I've been on for a long time, feeling isolated, feeling having no idea that there was any place really for me to even do this, or whether or not anything I did was even worth a crap. And literally 1 year ago, I think was 1 year, like late August was the first time I went to down south, and I met Colleen at the studio, and then I met Aaron maybe a couple weeks later, and then it started me meeting all of the people in this room, and which led to meeting you, and then this community of people that I've met, and it's changed my musical existence completely. And to be lucky enough to be included in the group of people that I was included in, if you would have asked me if that was even possible 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I would have said no, that's not even possible. So the community of people, to know every person in this room, and all of the people that I've met, and all of the community, and the way, the closeness of the people that I've become friends with, and how the ones that are lifting each other up, it's really an amazing thing. And it is very different than what I've experienced. There's a lot of lip service in some other situations, and I had some great friends along the way that we did some great things together at various times as well. So it's not like this is the only time, but it's been a long time since I felt this kind of community, and it's something I thought was over for me. Like it was never going to happen again. So I am really grateful, and like you said, the conscious effort to continue to reach out and continue to make connections. It's been a continue to learn. Like not just take any of it for granted, and it can all change just as quickly too. Things always do change. The one constant, one of the first songs I wrote with my friends when I was a kid, maybe I played, you guys have all heard me play Dirty Old Car a zillion times at places, but in that same time in my life, I was with this group of friends, and we got all serious. We were all like serious. We wrote this real serious song. It's about change, and the one thing that never changes is that everything will change.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. That was called The Concrete Fields.
Oh, you didn't call it change?
No, absolutely not.
David
That would be way too predictable.
Yeah. That's right.
But that was the concept, pretty heady for a 17-year-old kid. That's what we were writing about. But
it's a very human thing too, right? So I mean, we've got the platform of music, right? So that's how we met. So my origin story, we got a superhero fan in the audience, right? Can't believe you met Hugh McGregor. That's incredible. Does he sound just like me? Yeah. Actually, he's from Edinburgh, I think. So
that's
he's
totally
all
different.
Fancy. They're all like.
He's pretty ginger too. So.
Thanks. That's that. I haven't heard that one.
Ginger
before.
people love when you call them ginger.
They all sound the same.
They all sound the same.
So my mom, I think I got the same sense of humor she did. So she had black hair, and then my dad had like blonde, brownie hair, whatever. So I was like, Mum, why do I have red hair? And she said, well, when you were a wee boy, you were naughty, so I put you outside in the rain and you rusted. And so for years I was like, oh no. She didn't immediately go to, well, the milkman has red hair, but no. It skips at every generation. But no, so it's like, my musical journey, like it's been odd, right? So we've gone through cycles, and I've been a drummer in a band. I went to music college for a short time, and then it's just this whole like I'm not good enough, and that's always there's a perpetual thing. So just this year, so in February, I went out to like 4 or 5 open mics in 1 week, and I made a new circle of friends, small, but and then I got into things. So I found out about the homegrown, and I got invited to play in the showcase, and so I was super excited. And I think it was like 2 days after Aaron Williams, shout out to Aaron Williams. So a couple of days after he said, hey, like I'd like you to play in this. I got the message that my mum had died, like just out of the blue on Mother's Day in the UK. So I dropped everything and went over, and I won't bore you with details, but I was over there for like 3 weeks, almost the entire month of April, and I got back here I think on like the Wednesday of that week, and it was the Saturday was the showcase, and I hadn't figured out what I was going to play, and I kind of sort of went through the songs about an hour before I left to go to the Vinyl Tap, which is a great place. Shout out to the Vinyl Tap. I had absolutely no aspirations there. I thought it was just an opportunity for me to get out and sing, and when they said, hey, in third place, Angus Macaskill, because I can never get my name right, which is fine. I looked around for this Angus Macaskill, or Macaskill, but no, I was totally blown away. And then the friendship and camaraderie that I made with Blue, with Jackie Carroll, and then subsequently with Dan, with Gisette, and with yourself, it's been incredible, right? And knowing what I've learned before this, that life is cyclical, right? Control what you can control, and that's yourself. So as long as what I bring daily, weekly is my intentions, good intentions, support, love, then that's all. And if I get it in return, great. And if I don't, then putting it out into the universe is not a bad thing. So,
no, that's never a bad thing. And control what you can control. You can't control the rest of it. So if you put out positivity and you're getting negativity back, then you move on. And that's it.
But know that you may have left that individual or individuals with a little seed of positivity.
Change,
So,
right.
okay, maybe that, yeah. And that's,
Yeah.
remember I just said that, admitting you're wrong is hard. So when somebody's negative, they're not immediately going to go, oh my goodness, I see the light, good job. It can be like 5 minutes later, an hour later, they go, that Irish guy or that Australian guy.
That Australian guy, right. But also, the hard thing too is like for me personally is like to learn that I have to protect the work that I've had to do for myself. Is like this long period of time of hanging around too long and it being detrimental to my own mental health at times. So like there are times where like what's the word? Boundary, like the simplest way to describe it is just like figuring out where to place boundaries when they're necessary, and then just going like, okay, well, cool, man, and then gotta go and try your best to be the best person I can, put the positivity out there, and then keep rolling, and then that's all you can hope for, man.
Be Ned Flanders.
Sort of. I mean, sort of.
Howdy hilly-ho.
Okay.
Oakley dokley.
I gotta say, on a completely separate note, sometimes my wife uses the term diddly for an exclamation. Oh, diddly.
Oh.
When she's irritated, and I go, like if she was oh, diddly. And then I'll be like, what? Okay.
Yeah.
Which I get a kick out of it because I wouldn't even have thought to, oh, diddly.
That's when you need to get on your phone some Bo Diddley, get some Bo Diddley.
I get a kick out of it. I get joy from it when she says it, but she really means
I like it.
right because it's not
I like it.
she's the only person I know that uses it.
We're all going
Besides Ned.
Ned, yeah. Blue, I think. Can you use diddly in an expletive?
The blank stare is
My brain
brilliant.
has farted.
Okay.
There's nothing.
My lord.
Oh,
There was a
diddly.
lot of Malort last night. I think.
Right. All right. We're at the blue clock on the wall says we should probably start wrapping things up. You did promote some things you have coming up. The short list again.
Yeah, so I've got, what did I just say? Calamity Janes,
Right.
August 30th. Patrick Spiroff, wonderful guy. September 5th, and then September 13th, Nashville North Honky Tonk Bar in Milwaukee with the
Milwaukee.
wonderful Samantha Grimes. Go to my website, angusmacaskillmusic.com. It's
Right.
all in there.
It's delightful. I've been there.
Thank you.
The MeL Muzic, the full band, August 26th at the Arcada. And then don't forget that the stream, this is the last Tuesday. This was the 100th episode.
Oh, wow.
We should have done like some kind of big 100th thing, but
I think Blue and
I think you
did
just-
100 nuts.
just
and-
having you all here was delightful. So
That's okay.
starting September 4th, we're going to have BJK, Brian Joseph Kuhn. September 11th is up in the air. There wasn't going to be one, but we might have our first guest host. I think Josette and Blue are gonna wrestle. Is that what's going? There's going to be a fight. No, I think Josette was maybe they're going to host it. You try to line up a guest we talked about earlier, right, Josette?
It's looking like maybe.
Maybe. So we might have I am also playing with Patrick on September 11th, and that was scheduled a long time ago. So rather than because next Tuesday I'm playing at the Arcada and there is no stream next week, and then we're switching to Thursdays. I didn't want to have no stream on the 11th, so I suggested that maybe these guys do a stream on their own, and they're receptive to that. We haven't made a plan yet, but we're going to try to see if we can make that happen. So there might be a guest host, like the old Tonight Show when Johnny Carson would go on vacation. And then September 19th, Alabama Mike. September 26th, I believe is Demi. I don't have 100% confirmation, but I have about 85% confirmation that that's Demi. And then October 3rd, we're going to start promoting this heavy pretty soon, the West Chicago Social Club, what I would like to be called the first annual Blues Ball. But he's not receptive to it.
I love it. I'd second that one.
Yeah. Third.
I'll make the artwork.
He's not receptive to it. I just got a head shake and a face palm, but I think it should be the first annual. But
The inaugural.
right, the
Blues
inaugural.
Ball.
Right, I get that wrong every time. If you're ever interested in anything else that I do, there's a bunch of crud on melmusic.com, melmuzic.com. That brings us to the dumb joke of the day, I believe. So that makes it. And what has started to happen is the dumb joke of the day gets put in here by somebody else. So I really don't know, because the big secret was, even though I would pretend like it wasn't me that put it in there, I did. So, I didn't read. Sorry.
Oh, big stretch. You got it. Go for it.
I'm the fat guy reaching for stuff on the floor, so it's never good. So when I did know what was in there, I could. So this is even more fun because mischievous. 13. Trickster Lane. What does this say? This is, what do you call a can opener that does not work?
I don't know what you call a can opener that doesn't work.
Thank you for doing that properly.
I learned from Jackie.
Right. A cant opener.
Oh, boom-ts.
That is the perfect dumb joke of the day.
Love it. Love it.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it. It was very fun. Thank you, Peanut Gallery. That consists of Dan today. Lou for sound.
Thank you.
Josette for, what, I forget your title.
Manager.
Production manager.
Yes.
Thank you. And thank you, Gene Price, for all the social media work you do, because it's so important. It really, really is. Is that everything?
I think that's everything.
That's everything.
Thanks for having me on the show.
Sure. Did we forget anything? No, I think that's it. All right, so that brings us to the end. Have a good week. Have a good 2 weeks, and we'll see you on Thursday, September 4th.